Good morning, pregame crew. How are ya? It is Tuesday, March 12th, 2024, 6:23 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:23 a.m. Eastern Time. Welcome to the show. This is a show where I get you ready for economic events. In the case of today, it is CPI. And then we will look at the futures, indices, commodities, crypto, movers and shakers of the day. Thank you, Night Truck. Thank you. Hey, Greg. Hey, Night Truck, Shake and Bake, Tom, Donald, Mark. Hey, Paula. Hey, Nugget. Tell him, girl. Hey, Wave. Mike. Kat. Good morning. Welcome to the show. I jumped on a little earlier today. CPI could and should be pretty volatile. Core CPI, they want this one, but anything with a 2 in front of it should be good for the market. If it's 2.8, 2.9, 2.7, that should be good for the market. Anything higher than 3.1 should be bad for the market, but those are generic statements. We never know how algos are going to digest information. The algos digest it, and then cooler heads prevail. Humans step in and they make their decisions, and then we can reverse the other way. CPIs are known for reversals, meaning we shoot higher and then we reverse it and go down fast, or vice versa. So the best thing you can do is check your open orders. Make sure you don't have anything exposed out there that you don't want exposed. Check all your pending orders. Good morning. Hey, Mark, I'm doing great. Thank you. Hey, King Posse. Hector, Dino. Hey, Topher, Tess, Clifton. All right, does anyone have a chart request yet? Shake and Bake, I read your sentence as, I'm late, I'm for a very important date. That's the rabbit on Alice in Wonderland, right? I've never watched that whole movie. Intel? Looking for a daily higher low compared to 42.69. Double top at 46.61, 46.63. Daily 50 MA overhead. Hourly 50 MA is causing a headache right now for bulls. They're attempting a gap up. They need to hold 44.93 on any pullback. Bears will be looking to top fish a 4-hour lower high. This is a potential 4-hour head and shoulders here. PLTR. We're looking for a daily higher low. We're not oversold on the hourly yet, or the 4-hour. The daily 12 EMA is around 24.90. We're opening up green, and in the middle of yesterday's range, well, actually closer to the bottom than we are the top. So bulls need to hold 25.29. Did y'all hear that try to come out? Bulls need to hold. They need to hold 25.29 on any pullback. CPI in 3 minutes. That's what I thought it was. So PLTR is okay, but this is a pretty big pullback, bigger than what bulls would have liked. Crowd. When do they have earnings? They had it last week. Last Tuesday. 315.21 and 316 held. Daily double bottom for now. I like this squeeze. $30 minutes, a high compression squeeze. I like this one. I'm adding this to my list. Of course, this setup can be destroyed, and all my setups can be destroyed by CPI. So speaking of CPI, let's go take a look at it. At the indices. I like to mark off my key resistance and supports. We still have a gap up over yesterday's high. Now let's see what the data does. I'm checking all my orders, and you should be too, especially if you trade futures. Check your orders. You don't want to get stuck in something you don't want. Get it in 1 minute. Let me go ahead and look at SLY while we wait. Daily lower high anticipated compared to 1476. Week chart. Got a nice EQ on the 4 hour. You're just going sideways. On the 2 hour as well. It's going sideways. Overall week chart with daily EMAs overhead. All right. $3.1 is what they're expecting. We want anything with a 2 in front of it. I feel bad when these men are in here talking. I feel like when I leave them, I left them there and they're getting tired of talking. A little bit of a drop before the news. Doesn't mean much. Testing yesterday's high. And the data's out. Big down reaction. Oh, it populated and I missed it. Well, heck. $3.2. Okay, so higher than expected. Higher than expected. So we're having a bear move now. Okay, let's go look at the 4 hour and see what this does. Nothing. So we're looking for a potential 4 hour higher low compared to 51.57. If that holds, then we just tighten up in an equilibrium. You see how it looks super scary on the 1 minute, but on the 4 hour, it's not scary yet. It could get scary. Getting along lower wickables buying this dip. I don't know where my Twitter went. My X. I don't see it. Y'all ready to get started with the show? And then we'll talk more about the indices. Good morning. This is who I am. At Chartgal Lori, if you want to give me a follow on Twitter, what I do here every morning. I show you this table. I go over indices, commodities, crypto, movers and shakers of the day. My goal is to get you ready for the trading day. I move my mic a little bit closer. I lost my foam off of it. Don't know where I put it. Overall, we're leaning more bullish than bearish, and we're getting a great reversal right now on the indices. That's a pretty big reversal. So now the low of the reaction is the important support to hold. And 5,200 is your key resistance. All right, so everything's leaning more bullish than bearish. 4 hour trend is neutral because we're looking for that higher low. Let's go look at NASDAQ. 4 hour trend is somewhat neutral. This was a pretty big pullback and we got a lower low now. So now we have a lower high. Now where do we set the higher low compared to 18138? And then what happens after we tighten up over here? RTY, we lost the 4 hour uptrend. We're in a downtrend, which we've been in one. We just got a new lower low though. Dow, we're looking for a 4 hour higher low relative to 38929. Bulls got a nice hammer. That is hammer time, and we are now over the high of the day. Well, Bulls, you sure did pull that out. You know what? Good job. Okay. lost my chat. Just 1 second. My bad. Okay, now I found y'all. All right. VIX is red. Initial little push up on data, and now we're making new lower lows on the 15-minute. 4 hour, we have enough room for a 4 hour higher low relative to 1397. So VIX, we're looking for a 4 hour higher low, and on the next bounce, we're looking for a 4 hour lower high. Hang Seng was really green overnight, up 3%, and then DAX was up 0.34. Bitcoin's slightly red. Let's see what this data does for Bitcoin. Does it help lift it? Bitcoin's just getting tight on the hourly. We've got a squeeze forming right here. That's a high compression squeeze. 72,375 is key resistance. Let me say that again. 72,375. Ethereum is holding the hourly 50 MA. These are just little 8 hour bull flags. Potential bull flags unconfirmed. Ethereum is going on the daily chart. On the 15-minute, it's bouncing. Let's see if we can get over 406521 and change the trend. Well, yeah, that would give us a higher high. All right, let's look at the dollar. The dollar spiked on that initial bad news, and now it's reversing, which is good for the market overall. We have gold that's also reversing from that spike down from the data. We have oil API estimates after hours today at 4:30 Eastern. We're looking for a 4 hour higher low on oil. Yeah, ARM is on fire. It's up 4%. We're in a downtrend on the 4 hour on nat gas. It keeps being met with selling at the 4 hour EMAs. All right, let's take a look at Apple. Apple, we are not gapping up, but we're close. 174.38 is the high of yesterday. If we can get over that level, that would be a gap up. And it wouldn't surprise me right now with the way that the market's on fire if we could achieve that gap up. 174.38 is what it's all about. We're looking for a daily lower high, and your next gap is up at 177.38. And we've made enough room now for a daily higher low on the pullback, and see if we can get a meaningful reversal put in. Amazon lost its daily uptrend with daily head and shoulders. We broke through this 172.27. We did not fill this gap, however, at 170.23. Bulls are not gapping up. They're opening up in the middle of yesterday's range. On the next bounce, bears are going to be looking for a 4 hour lower high on Amazon. Nvidia, I like this hourly EQ. Oh, we're breaking bull out of it. This was one of my Queen of the Mountain trades, was along on Nvidia with this EQ. Oh well, it happens. Tesla, we are pushing up. We're green, but we're still $2.50 away from yesterday's high. Bulls still have a lot of work to do to get over that. It's a potential daily bear flag. You do have a gap up at 186.72. This is such an ugly daily bear flag. Let's see if bulls can negate it today. ARM has lockup period expiring today. What does that mean? That means that insiders can sell as of today. A certain number of months, I think it's 6 months or whatever it is, after the IPO, then insiders are allowed to sell. ARM is unique in that 90% of its float is held by SoftBank. If SoftBank doesn't want to book this profit immediately, then you could see a counter trend trade where bears are thinking it's going to go short because SoftBank can sell. But what if SoftBank doesn't sell? Then you could get a squeeze on a low float name, not a short squeeze, a low float squeeze. I hope that makes sense. And that's what's going on right now. We're gapping up above yesterday's high, but it could be met with selling. I'll be watching ARM very closely today to trade it in both directions. Crowd, I'm sorry, I don't know who asked about this. Paul White. I like crowd to the long side. If we could get over 323.50 with this squeeze, I like it. Mara, I like it short, but we're regaining yesterday's low. I only like it short if we're gapping down below yesterday's low of 2060. So Mara is still pretty weak compared to other Bitcoin names. I'll keep it on my short list, my short list for sure. One second. All right. MNMD. We are looking for a daily higher low on this psychedelic name relative to 740 is your next support. Then you have gap fill territory at 616. So your last daily higher low was 584, but you don't want to give up this low of 740 and have $1.60 below you. So bulls are hoping that 740 holds. We're looking for this hourly back burner, oversold conditions today. Oracle is ripping faces off. You could watch for a back burner, tightening ranges, or stair steps for entry on Oracle. Hey, Dylan. Yeah, opening up at a new all-time high right now. Oh, nope. Oh, yep. It is. 130.77 is resistance from after hours. I like Oracle long. That's it for my Queen of the Mountain trades. Let's see. Citigroup. Banks have been going pretty sideways. Yeah, this is going pretty sideways. It could be a little daily bull flag. Just had really low volatility compared to everything else, like semis. All right, I think I've done all the chart requests. I have time for another one, and then I'm gonna go get some coffee. My dog got me up at 2:30 this morning. She's all confused. I hate what daylight savings time and all that fallback, what happens to animals. They just get so off kilter. Okay, SQ. SQ had a green day yesterday. We're squeezing. Daily, we broke it. 83.83. We broke 83.29. So new weekly higher high. This little cup and handle. This is an ugly cup and handle. This would not be in any textbook. It's actually more of an inverse head and shoulders. Yeah, inverse head and shoulders on the 2-week confirmed. We'll see if we can actually get follow through this time. You have plenty of room for a daily higher low on a pullback. You went pretty sideways yesterday. Trying to think would I take this long, and I wouldn't. Now with these upper wicks of bears selling into these pops. You're off kilter too. BITX. Me too. Bitcoin 2-time strategy. Got a potential head and shoulders on the RSI. Watch that on the daily. But you're just going to go with whatever analysis you apply to Bitcoin, you're going to apply to this ETF. It just does 2 times the volatility instead of 1. So if you're wrong, you're going to be 2 times faster and more wrong. So just be careful. But Bitcoin has been pretty healthy, so should be fine. Higher CPI for the stock market is not good because it says inflation. They haven't gotten a hold of it yet. They don't have it under control is a better way of putting it. NXE. Fighting to hold the daily 50 MA. We lost it yesterday with a little daily inside bar. Potential 4-hour bear flag. All right, that's it for me. Thank y'all for being here. Hit the like button before you exit. Give me a follow on X at ChartGalLori, and TCG members, I'll see you in the room in just a minute. Use stop losses.